Wow, this is crazy. I always thought Arizona was perpetually hot and sunny. Did you?
I thought so too. You know, you go to Arizona in the winter. Why? Because it's warm.
It's not warm. We're currently in Flagstaff. We're hanging out at a truck stop. And we went to Sedona last week and we saw some pretty cool things. And we want to share those things with you as well as the lessons we learned while we were there.
We drove up to Jerome, Arizona. It's a ghost town that had a huge copper mine, which is also for gold and silver, which I never knew. I thought if you're mining for gold, you're mining for gold. If it's for copper, it's copper, but it's all three. So they moved tons of earth and took out all that ore to get the copper and the gold and the silver. So we stood over top of the Little Daisy mine, the Audrey shaft. Oh my word! You're looking straight down. It's
what is it, 1,900 feet down?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really
and you
far.
stand right over top of it. It's awesome.
And then you can go into the little cage that they would use to put people down there to start working, and it's just amazing. The amount of effort that they put into those places, into those mines to pull the ore, pull the good stuff out.
Yeah.
The copper, the silver, the gold. It's a lot of effort.
Oh, the amount of operation, the amount of equipment, the amount of just engineering that goes into that is just awesome.
Yeah. So what are some things we learned from checking out that mine area and Jerome, the whole town of Jerome?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's on the mountainside. So it's up just on cliffs and such.
So P.S. don't take your RV up there because the town itself is really tight as far as squishy and small roads. Super cute town though, coffee shops and boutique shopping, that kind of thing.
Yeah, all kinds of good stuff.
But
what a view!
Kent, you were sharing with me earlier about things that you had thought through as they were pulling things out of the mine and the effort and that kind of thing.
Well, you know, it's the same in our life. To gain some amazing things in our own life, we have to go through a lot of hurdles. We have to go through a lot of problems, a lot of getting life sorted out. We had to go through 2 years of that to just be living full-time in an RV.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys, I mean, it's the beginning of 2020. I know many of you guys are thinking of going on the road, planning to go on the road full-time. And we just want to encourage you that it might take a lot of effort before you actually get that accomplished. And just like those miners, you got to stick with it and just keep going. You know, work hard at that, and the reward will be there.
Is it worth it?
You'll get the good stuff out if you keep digging hard enough, I guess.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it.
We were talking to a couple just this last week, and their last 5 months before they hit the road from Washington was really tough.
Yeah, yeah, and that seems to be a pattern with a lot of people that we talk to, saying that they make the decision to go full time, and then it can be months or years before they actually hit the road of challenge to get there. So we just want to encourage you, just like those miners, keep digging, keep working hard, get through all the garbage stuff so you can get to the good stuff. Where else did we go?
We also went to see some adobes, some Pueblos, yes.
So
some ancient stuff, like dwellings from 700, 800 years ago.
Cool, so cool. Right in the Sedona area, you can go to 2 different national monuments. One is called Tuzigoot. I think that's how you pronounce it. And the other one is called
Montezuma's Castle.
Montezuma Castle.
Montezuma Castle. There you go.
Tuzigoot.
Yeah.
It's a really neat place.
Yeah, what I like about Tuzigoot is that it was built about 700-800 years ago, and every few years or generations or families, they just built it bigger.
The way they built this place is amazing. It's on a hill, so
it overlooks over many things.
Yeah, and they just basically put brick upon brick, stone upon stone, and created a room. And then they would add on to another room, and then they would add on another room, depending on how big their community got. And it was just fascinating to us to see the effort that these people put in to create a home for themselves. And I just, again, we were reminded it's a lot of work to create a home for yourself. And whether it is, in an RV that is brand new, or you're going to renovate an old RV, whatever it is, there's going to be some effort involved. But man, that Tuzigoot place is really, really cool.
What else is interesting is that there's no doorways between the rooms. So I find that fascinating too, because it's all done by ladder.
Crazy.
Yeah.
In and out of your house on a ladder. I'm like, how do you get grandma up and down?
So when Lisa climbs over our bed to make the bed, it's not that big of a deal.
That's
really.
True.
Ladders involved.
It's crazy. I said to Kent this morning, this lifestyle and the way that we live is so different than sticks and bricks. I mean, to make our bed, if I'm making the bed by myself, it's complicated. I have to climb this way and climb that way and pull sheets up and blankets, and it's way more effort than it ever was in a sticks and bricks house to make my bed. But it's just totally worth it. And I had the feeling this morning and the thought this morning that says the struggle is definitely, there's payoff even from the struggle, and it's,
wouldn't trade it.
I mean, I'm used to it now. It's no big deal. I don't even think about it most mornings, but it's just one of those things. It's just, life is harder on the road, but it's definitely worth it. And so the third place we went to is called Montezuma Castle, and it is kind of like Tuzigoot, but in a completely different way. So Tuzigoot, you can actually walk in and out through the the pueblos, through the housing area, and at Montezuma, you can just sort of see it from far away. We'll show you obviously the video clips that we took there.
It's in a cave under the cliff,
so you can't really get to it. There are pictures and stuff that you can see of what it looks like inside, but I think in 1951 they shut it down so people can't climb around in there because it is pretty fragile as far as a historical
It would
site.
degrade pretty fast.
Yeah. But again, they got in and out of there on ladders, and they did a lot of work to build it. I know one sign I read said that the women and children would basically every year they would have to replaster the whole front of it because it would just erode from the wind and stuff. So
makes sense.
Yeah, tons of work to just maintain that house.
Sounds like RVing.
Sounds like RVing. How do you mean?
Well, with an RV, you have to always be checking out all of your systems, your heating, your gas, your propane. Make sure all of those, the tires are all in functioning order. So we're just leaving Cottonwood, Arizona, take 2. And
Verde Valley 1,000 Trails.
But we got to the gate and realized we didn't quite prepare ourselves. We need some more fresh water, so I'm just pulled back into the park.
You said we?
We.
Whose job was it to put fresh water in the tank?
Well, I usually do the job, but And
I remembered.
And
anyway,
she remembered.
It doesn't actually matter.
Point for Lisa.
We're going boondocking for a week with our daughter. We definitely need a fresh water
tank.
Water.
So
I'm fresh tank of water.
Fill in the water.
Oh.
Go back up on the roof, make sure there's no leaks, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, and speaking of tires.
What about tires?
We did get a TPMS.
Yes,
Yay!
Absolutely. We are so happy to have one.
Pretty awesome. But that's one of those things that has to just always be monitored and improved upon. Just like the people in the Montezuma Castle area, they had to always be fixing their place where they live just to keep themselves protected, keep themselves warm and well fed, And the other thing that we thought through after we visited these locations is that they worked so hard to build these homes, and then they left.
Yeah, they did.
There's nobody living there now, and I'm not sure what
they moved on.
They don't even really know, the historians and archaeologists don't really know why they moved on or what forced them to leave. But there's no longer anybody living there, so life changes, you know. And I think there are different seasons for people, and like we said, many of you are planning on going into full-time RV life. You have a change of season coming up, and that is exciting, but it can be difficult, and there can be an emotional part of it that it's difficult as well. Saying goodbye to the things that are familiar and saying hello to the things that are totally unfamiliar.
and having Christmas on the road.
Exactly.
And Happy New Year. Thanks for coming along with us on this journey. We're looking forward to 2020, as I know you are.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great year. And yeah, we had fun checking out all these cool places near Sedona. And we're headed to the Grand Canyon this week. So you can be expecting videos about the Grand Canyon coming up soon.
Woo-hoo. And then
we're
heading to the Big Q.
Quartzsite. Hopefully it's warmer in Quartzsite than it is in Flagstaff. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Lisa. That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Thanks for watching, you guys.
Crossed my lines.
Thanks for watching, you guys. I'm Lisa.
My name's Kent, and we're Living Light RV.
We're grabbing life by the tail. We hope you guys are too. Have a fantastic holiday.
We will see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. This is Montezuma Castle. And about 700 years ago, people built this.
Wow. And where is this?
This is between Phoenix and Flagstaff off of Interstate 17.